Welcome to Shelf Life. My name is Krista, and today we're going to make a really fun craft. These paper roses. I found them online a few years ago and I tried it, and they're the easiest thing. They're fun, they're cute, and so it's going to be so easy for you to do. Now, what you need for this is, first of all, a glue gun. I don't recommend this craft for children because of the glue gun. If you've used it before, you know how very hot it does get. So if you are looking for crafts for children, check out our Facebook page, and there's crafts specifically for children. And you'll also need 3 sheets of 4x4 book pages. These are just pages out of an old book cut into 4x4 squares. So you need 3 of them per flower. You also need a pair of scissors and a toothpick. And that's pretty much all you need. You might need a pencil. If you choose to use a pencil later on, I can show you where that comes in. But these are so easy, so why don't we get started? Take one of your book pages and you're going to fold it in half. So just do corner to corner. Fold in half, make a nice fold. We're going to fold it in half again. Again, corner to corner. And for the 3rd time, we are going to fold it in half. There we go. And you have a little smaller triangle. Now this is the part where you need your scissors or your pencil if you prefer. You're going to hold this in is my left hand. Since I am right-handed, I'm using my scissors in my right hand. So you want the long opened end to be faced towards the right. Now, if you don't feel comfortable cutting freehand, this is where you take your pencil and you draw. And this will be the petals of your flower. So you need to make this look like an ice cream cone when you're done. So if you want to draw it a few times in practice, that's fine. I'm just going to freehand it. And the petals don't all have to be the same size. If ones are a little bigger, one's a little pointier, no worries. We're going to curl them in the end, so no worries. So when you're done, it should look something like that. And also, you want to cut a little snip off the bottom. This is an optional step I'll explain later, but you can go ahead and do it for now. So when you're done, you're going to have something that looks like this. You're going to need to do that with all 3 sheets of paper. Fold it in half again, and in half one more time. So that's 3 times. And again, I'm going to be holding this with the long part facing towards the right, and we're going to be making a cut so it looks like an ice cream cone. You can make your petals different sizes if you so desire. However, if you make them flat, they just won't curl very well, and we don't want that. So again, snip off the bottom, and we have number 2. And 1 more to go. Now, these are great. As I said, these are cut up book pages. So if you have some old books lying around your house that you don't read, you don't use, and you don't want to throw them out, this is a great way to recycle them. And there's my 3rd fold. And there is my 3rd little ice cream cone. Okay. And so now we have 3 flowers that look like this. Now what we want to do now is we need to cut them. As you see, they're all little segments. So take one of your flowers and cut 1 segment out. Doesn't matter which one, just cut 1 segment out. And you don't need this piece, so you can discard it. You just set that aside. So you're going to have one that looks like this with 1 missing petal. Pick up your second one, and you can guess we're going to cut 2 out. So it's going to look like a little heart. Look, a little heart. And you do need both of these, so do keep both of those. Put those over there. And here's your 3rd one, is you're going to cut 3 segments out. 1, 2, 3. and you're going to need both of these. Now, we're going to glue them together. Take your biggest one, the one with only one cut out, and it does not really matter if you do it over or behind. It doesn't matter. So if you have maybe a blank space and you want to cover that up, go ahead and do it over. Oh, there's a blank space here, do it under. It doesn't matter. And also, when you glue, make sure you don't go into the rounded part, because we're going to curl them later. And if you put glue there, it makes it really, really hard to curl. So you get your glue gun and you just put a little bit on. And remember, this is only paper, so you don't need a lot. And so I'm just going to put it and glue it together. And again, because it is only paper, when you put them together, it does get very warm, so please be careful. There, put that aside. And we're going to do that with all the remaining ones. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put a little dab of glue. I'm going to put it right over the petal. So as you can see, you're just taking one petal off. So this will be a double petal. So just make sure that it's kind of even at the top. Again, if you cut these squares and they're not exactly 4 by 4, no worries. You honestly won't be able to tell. And also you can make them different sizes if you'd like. But remember, the smaller you go, the harder they will be to fold later on. So again, I glue. And this one is the tricky one, because sometimes it can get a little confusing because of the 3. So what you want to do is you fold one over, glue, and then fold the other over. So it looks kind of like one petal. I'll go over that again. This is the one with your 3 segments. You want to fold one segment over, glue here, and fold that over. And honestly, once you do 1 or 2 of these, you're going to be making them all day. You can do about 10 minutes per flower, roughly. So you can make a whole bouquet in no time at all. Alrighty. So now is the time, it's probably the most tedious part, to curl the flowers. Now I find the easiest way to curl the flowers is have the open flower facing you. You take a toothpick and you put it slightly under the top of the petal, and take it and just curl with your fingers. And you get something like that. And you're going to do that with every petal. Again, slightly under the top, curl down with your thumb and your index finger. So this is why you don't want to make flat petals, because there's just not much to curl then. So you want to make nice rounded petals. And you can do it freehand, or you can do it with a pencil. There. And that is the first one. And again, we're going to be doing that with all of the petals. And again, you want to put it behind, curl. Put it slightly behind and curl. As you can see, once you get the hang of it, it's really simple. And on to the next segment. And look how quickly I'm doing this, and you will be able to do it just as quickly. And one more, this little guy with the one with the 2. This can be the hardest because it's the smallest space to put your fingers in, but you can still do it. May take a little extra time, but you can still do it. Especially the one where you glued it on front. So it's the double petal. There you go. That's all you need. Now this piece, the heart that we cut out, you want to take your toothpick, go on the corner, on the edge, you can do it any which way you want, and curl it the whole way around. You want to curl the whole little heart. There we go. So you take it off, it's going to look like this, like a little scroll. All right, now we start gluing the flower together. So take your largest segment, that's what you're going to glue into. But I don't recommend putting the glue gun in this, because it is paper. If you get any on the side, or if you accidentally touch the glue gun, it just rips and it'll ruin your flower. So take the second biggest one and along the bottom, you just want to put a little ring around where you cut the little hole at the bottom. Just like a little ring. And then you want to put it onto your flower, like that. And you do have a few seconds, because it's a hot glue, you do have a few seconds to play with it, to decide where you like it, where you want your petals to be. There we go. And you just keep doing this for every segment you have. You just keep putting it in. There's the third one. As you see, look how quickly it's shaping up to be a flower. Sometimes this one's a little tricky, the smallest one here. And you may need to snip off a bit at the end if it sticks out a little too far. It all depends on how much you want to stick out of your flower. Okay. So there's that. Now we come to this little scroll. Well, sometimes this can be, depending on how you curl it, it can be a little too long. So I always test it first. If I think it's a little too long, just take it out and snip off 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch, whatever you like. And you put glue around that, and you open up your little flower, and you put it right in. And there we go. How simple was that? Now, I said earlier about the hole being optional. The hole is so you can insert something like a pipe cleaner, and so you can put them in a vase. And sometimes the glue will clog the holes up. That's no worries at all. All you need to do is take your scissors and snip a little bit. And you just take a pipe cleaner and put it in. But you don't have to use a pipe cleaner. You can take a piece of paper and roll it tightly and make a stem out of the paper. You can also use wire. It's whatever you want. Now, it's optional because you don't have to display it in a vase. These look very, very cute on a package. So if you're giving someone an anniversary gift, birthday gift, you just take your little flower and you make 3, 4, 5, 6, and you pile them on there. Best looking present there. And when you make enough of them, you can put them in a little vase like this. And again, the vase is also made from a paperback book. So if you've got a lot of paperback books floating around, this is the craft for you. And actually, if you check our next video, it is going to be our next video on how to make that vase. It takes a little bit of time, but as you can see, it's really fun. So I hope you enjoyed this craft, and there are countless possibilities on what to do with these flowers. And one of the best ones actually was, I knew someone who had made these and took them to a relative in a care facility. And they don't need watered. They're very unique. And this woman called her relative and said, everybody came in and asked about her flowers. Department she wasn't really involved in came in and asked about her flowers. And so she was just the hit of the floor. And again, they're so easy to do. A lady I know took my class one time. She gave them to her daughter's coaches at the end of the sports season. So there's so many uses for these flowers. And actually, if you want to get started, I'm going to put together a little flower making kit for you. In a bag, you'll have a paperback book to make the vase. You'll have a handful of the 4x4 squares to make the flowers. And you'll get a toothpick. And you should be ready to go. All you need is to add the glue gun at home, as well as your scissors. And you should be good. And these aren't limited to just the black and white pages, because you can also make colored ones out of children's books. So if you've got a whole bunch of old books laying at home, don't know what to do with them, they're sentimental, reuse them and turn them into something very unique and very pretty. So I want to thank you for watching today. If you have any questions about the flowers, please don't hesitate to email me. My email address is kbrown, that's KBROWN, @norwinpubliclibrary.net. Until next time, thanks for watching.